I fired the masseuse just before we went on the air.
Welcome to Ring the Damn Bell, and goddamn, we have a full podcast tonight with everybody. Myself, KG, next to me, the Hall of Famer, Bob Cook. Next to him is, it doesn't really matter who he is, but that's Mark.
Uh-oh.
Below me, JT, and next to JT is the best. Actually, I'm getting so tired of lying people to tell them that you're the best damn referee, because really, I mean,
there's no such thing.
The best damn referee in the South. I'll give you that. George Strong. What's going on, everybody?
Not a whole lot. Just getting over COVID or trying to.
Yeah, don't infect.
That's still a thing. I thought that was a work.
I'm going to spray my phone after this show.
Yeah, I think it is.
Everybody except dead people thought COVID was a work. It's weird.
Right.
Yeah. So let's go ahead.
I think I'm going to pull our truth and say, I hope you guys don't catch it for me.
I mean, like our truth, we don't even know if you really have it or not. You know, you could be lying to us. You could have. I'm not sure what happened to.
I'm a lot of things, but a liar's not one of them.
I think Mark's trying to get out of work.
Yeah.
Well, I think isn't the sniffles considered COVID nowadays? I got a sore throat. It must be COVID. Okay, he's got COVID.
It's funny because my job tried to fire me on Monday because they said I no called, no showed on Thursday and Friday. I said I called. Then they checked the records and found out I did call. They just didn't check their records or their voicemail.
Yeah,
Check the stat sheet.
I still think it's a work. I don't know if you really have it or not. You know, I mean, you don't look like someone that is sick right now. To be honest with you, but you know,
he does look like a sick bastard.
Are you saying you can read his mind, or you're talking about looks?
I'm just going on looks, Bob.
All right.
You can read my mind.
We don't have to have open season on Mark again this week, so let's get started.
Well, I want to know, Bob, are you hiding from somebody tonight? You know, it's you're dark.
I just like it dark. What can I say? The internet makes you look fat, and so I try to hide it. It's only on the internet. In real life, I'm not fat.
That problem. It makes me look ugly.
Well, it does that too. That's why. Look at the light. Lighting's down.
It's you look ugly all the time.
Hey, we lose Kurt?
I guess.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I think
he'll be
back. I thought he had a year to live. What's up with that?
He caught COVID from Mark.
I told you. I was hoping nobody caught it.
I'd sue the doctors for malpractice.
Oh,
God,
too soon.
I'll feel bad if he dies from COVID.
Yep.
No, you won't.
Yes, they will.
It can't be too soon because he hasn't died yet. Gotta wait till at least he dies before we say too soon.
Well, you never know. If he doesn't come back, you might get suspicious.
Say gone too soon.
All right. Are we ready or what? Are we gonna go off the rails?
Oh,
we're always going to go off the rail. This is my podcast. God damn it! Stop trying to direct shit.
We're not even under the right name yet. It's been off the rail.
Damn, I guess I don't have that producer title either, huh? Fuck.
Oh no, I was trying to wait to see if Kurt was coming back, but I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, let's get started.
All right, so we start out with Xena to the ring, a little rant on R-Truth. Punk comes to the ring. You're a monster, and to stop a monster, I have to become a monster. Anybody's thoughts?
Compelling.
Yeah, it was.
I was happy that CM Punk came out. because I'm tired of guessing who John Cena is going to defend against next. But that seems to be the theme for this title reign too. They just come out while he's talking.
Yeah,
It's the
but was CM Punk basically telling us that if I win, I'm going to turn heel? I mean, was that what this whole thing was? I mean,
Kind of sounds that way. He's a monster when he has the title, so.
I think the whole thing was that they go, we got 2 hours and a half for a show. Go out there and waste some time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome back, Kirk.
JT, we can't hear you. Not sure what's going on, man.
Unbelievable.
Nope.
I don't know. I think you got I think you got WCW network happening on internet, man.
He can hear us, so we can't hear him.
All right.
He'll try again.
Try again.
Say something. Nothing,
man.
He's got all his lighting and everything, but nothing else.
Yeah, nothing.
No.
Drop and come back. See if that works.
Yeah,
no,
you're pretty. Yeah, you're pretty. Yeah.
Look at him.
You're pretty
good.
You're not pretty.
Drop and come back, and in the meantime, I'll get the shovel. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Should we take bets on how long it takes him to figure it out?
Hold on.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna go get the shovel.
All right. Damn, dude.
All right. Nope. Dude.
He's gonna be our American Sign Language interpreter.
All right. Nope. Nothing.
All right.
Man. So you drop, come back, and we can keep on moving on. All right.
I heard something.
His last dying breath.
Oh.
It could.
What they call a death rattle?
I really hope he doesn't replay this.
He does. He laughs about it.
We're hosed. We're so hosed. All right. So next,
we're gonna have to change the name.
I prefer to call it insensitive, but that's just me.
Okay. Next we go to Chad Gable versus AJ Styles. Decent match, I expected better, but it was decent.
I thought it was a good match. I didn't think that they were going to put on a PLE style match. Like, I've learned that you get your normal, regular wrestling on the weekly shows, and then you have your PLE style wrestling during the PLEs. But I think they definitely hold back. But I thought it was good.
But didn't Chad have 2 of those over the weekend?
Yeah, I was about to say Chad had 2 great matches this weekend, so he's one of the MVPs of the weekend.
Chad did not have 2 good matches. We had Chad.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Which, by the way, if you guys paid attention, I told you, I sent you the proof that El Grande Americano. I figured it out. I took a picture of it. I caught him walking the hall without the mask on. It's fucking Vincent McMahon.
It's Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
That is who El Grande Americano is.
Well, he has leaned down quite a bit over the years, so
yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yes, but his tits still sag more than Gable's does.
Man,
still in better shape than your average schmuck walking and talking.
Still better shape than I am. I ain't gonna lie.
Did I not say Mark was a sick bastard?
Well, Mark tripped over.
How do you know his father wasn't married when he got his mother pregnant?
I'll have you know I was a bastard child given up for adoption.
I was adopted too, so there you go.
And you're an bastard.
My mother was a teenage whole whore, and she got rid of me.
She kept the one after me, and the one before me she got rid of too. But
it's about those rails we were going.
We're not loved by anyone.
Nope.
Look,
nope.
Every woman that watches this podcast says to themselves, "Mark is the reason why abortion should still be legal."
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of people for that reason. Yeah. I just went to Walmart, and they're everywhere.
Oh my God! Shit. Walmart are full of people whose parents, whose mothers should have swallowed.
Oh, most definitely.
All right, so next we go to Roxanne and Liv. Roxanne suggests they work together, and Liv says, "Stay out of my way."
By the way, Walmart's also proof that The Walking Dead was nonfiction.
I agree.
Hey, KG knows in Louisiana, you can definitely see some zombies at Walmart.
Nope, George. I'm telling you, if you came to the Walmart in Coon Rapids, Minnesota,
What's it called?
That city name done enough for me. I was like, yeah, you won.
Right. It's literally called Coon Rapids, Minnesota. I'm not saying Coon because you're black. It's literally the city, Coon Rapids.
It is.
You brought that up, but I was thinking of Resident Evil when you said Coon Rapids.
And see, I was thinking, I was going the other direction. I mean, I can't help
in
it.
a totally different direction, and you brought it up. That was all you.
Raccoon City. I get it. Those are great movies. Those are great movies in 3D, especially in 3D.
You know, I'm really surprised they haven't protested that name of that city yet and changed
They
it.
have. They tried to change the name of it, and they said no, we're not changing the name of it.
Could you imagine cities? Could you imagine sitting?
Go ahead, Bob.
Could you imagine sitting around with your friends? You're drinking coffee, maybe you're drinking beer, and you're talking about Uncle Freddie who's dying of cancer, and Aunt May just got killed in a car accident and left like 3 children motherless because their father killed themselves years ago when he found out that it wasn't really his kids. And then the main concern is changing the name of a city. Holy crap! With the world the way it is, that's the biggest problems. Come on.
They tried and tried, but it didn't go through.
Yep. All right, let's try to get back on the rails here. All right, so we go to a Queen of the Ring match: Liv, Roxanne, Kairi Sane, and Rhea.
Liv.
Raquel comes out. Her and Rhea throw some really bad punches. Roxanne gets the pin.
It was a good match, though.
It was
a good match, but I'm telling you,
judging punches again.
Bad punches in 2025? Don't tell me.
Oh my God, they were
not even possible.
They were horrible,
guys. First off, Mark, just because you're the ass clown that said Dustin Rhodes' punches was better than Bob Cook doesn't mean you have to kiss his ass now, okay?
Oh, their punches were bad. We've heard that once a week.
First of all, I never said Dustin's punches were better than Bob. I said Dustin has the best punch in the business. That's what I said. Now you can
no. And when I corrected you, you said, "I'm sorry, Bob may have the second best punch in the business, but Dustin's is the best punch in the business."
Okay, do you have this in writing or on video? No.
When is he coming on the show? When is he coming on the show? We'll get to the bottom of this.
Supposedly, if it's the real Dustin, because I still have my doubts, supposedly on the 17th.
You think it'll just be a guy in makeup?
I'm thinking it's going to be no show at all.
I'm glad you caught that too, because Mr. Iguana looks like Gold Dust.
Yeah,
that guy was entertaining though. Come on,
he was not Mexican. That's for sure. JT, can we hear you?
He better be in the Rumble.
Look, it's an incredibly stupid gimmick.
Yeah,
it's technically it's a stupid gimmick that is technically a mockery of the entire business and the history of the business, but it's entertaining.
See, and I found it just stupid. I didn't think it was entertaining at all. I didn't think he was that great.
So what you're saying is you'll be the first in line to get the action figure when it comes out, as long as it comes with the puppet.
WWE Mr. Iguana T-shirt. That's what KG just said.
Oh, Iguana.
But you know what?
Iguana T-shirt.
He's the very type of wrestler that can actually get on this podcast. So he may be on. We'll see.
Hey,
can you speak English?
Did you see my post on Facebook? I posted about him.
No, I think I might have missed that. And he's not. JT, you can say what it is in a second. But Bob Cook, if I speak English, that guy was 100% a white boy. He was not Mexican. There's no way he's Mexican.
Well, he was entertaining. I mean, anybody who switching the channel, if you just flip through the channel and you going, "Hey, what's this?" They'd go, "Well, wrestling's the dumbest shit I've ever watched in my life," but he was entertaining.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, JT.
No, I was just saying, like, if you saw on Facebook, as soon as I saw that this morning or saw that reel that somebody posted, I was like, please no. I was like, has WWE got his hand in this gimmick?
No, he's
probably really famous in Mexico.
No, he's been wrestling since 2009. He's a popular luchador right now. He just caught fire with this little gimmick he's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like the whole face paint looking like that. Like if anything, I was expecting him to wear like a mask, a hood
He
and
looks
stuff.
he looked like a bad case of gonorrhea. That's what he looked like.
You.
Damn.
I mean,
I've never seen a good case of gonorrhea, but
Right?
come to think of it, I've never seen gonorrhea. Well, maybe let me look it up. Let me look it up right now.
Let's go Google it.
Bob Cook, I'm sure once or twice in your career, you've come across a couple of girls whose name should have been gonorrhea. I mean, come on.
No.
The Western rats, as they call it.
Oh, those were
stuff, man.
what amazing days.
Arriba la pasta.
Oh my god!
Oh.
It's a wonder
So
we're
how do
not
I look,
banned yet.
guys? How do I look?
Yeah,
Do I look like I should be back in the ring? What's up?
got more
I'll get the shovel. I'll get the shovel.
You look better than what you will in about 2 years. I'll give you that much. Okay.
We'll
Thank
start
you.
writing the eulogy now, just to get it out of the way.
Damn, you
Yeah.
guys are
Hey,
harsh.
Hey JT, how was your punches? Mark.
Hey, as long as Landry is the officiant, we're good.
Absolutely, I will. I'll be glad to. Absolutely. As long as I can piss on your grave after. No,
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
hey, just because you're sick, you don't get a pass on this podcast, okay? You don't get a pass.
God, am I the
Although,
only person with empathy here or what? Fuck.
I
Hey,
will
JT,
say,
hey,
let me.
No pun
Yeah,
intended.
he went down the line. He
George-
already did the black joke for the night, so he's on a
Yeah,
roll.
yeah.
He's at
Uh-oh.
people, black people. He's on a roll. Yeah,
he called
has
he
to
called
get
the
popped.
iguana guy. He called iguana a white boy.
Yeah, he called a Mexican a white dude.
But you know what? But at least, even though JT is facing what he's facing, he was still excited to come on a podcast versus Mark. Oh, I got COVID. I don't know if I can come on tonight. Like, for the love of God, man.
Well, I hate to break it to him, though. We're all facing it, just not quite as soon. Sorry.
Oh my god.
There's a doctor
Hey,
spanking
hey,
a
Mark.
kid that just came out of the mother's
If it'll
vagina
make you
as
feel-
we speak, and he's waiting for the die too. So just take a
That's
little
true.
longer.
That's true.
What were you
Hey,
gonna say,
Bart, you
George?
can have some of this if you need to snap you out of it.
Nah, I'm good.
Is that drugs? I can't see. Is that drugs?
That's what Bob remembers from the wrestling days.
Fentanyl. Shut up. It's fentanyl.
My wife's got some good stuff too, so I don't.
Please.
I'm not worried. All right.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
they
don't
just
know.
they just upped my fentanyl from 12s to 25s, dude. I was like, man,
Yeah, when I was in
they're trying to get me
WCW,
high or something.
remember that guy Bill Kazmaier, the big muscle head?
Yep.
He used to come in the dressing room with
Yeah.
he used to come in the dressing room with what do they call it? Fishing. What do they call that? A fishing thing.
Briefcase.
No,
Tackle box.
tackle box full of drugs, and he had a line
Yes.
out the door.
Yeah.
Guy was an asshole.
Those were the
He didn't
days.
sell you any, did he?
If he's still alive, it's not fair. He should be dead long before Kurt. Jerk.
Long before. But it was guys like him and him that helped me get along back in the day.
Well,
Guys like him that why have a drug addiction,
unfortunately, I missed that part. Damn it.
Oh, man. All right, let's get to the next match. I think this is still a wrestling podcast.
Yeah. All right. So,
Yeah.
well, actually, next we have a Nikki Bella vignette.
Ooh.
Then we go to Nikki with Nate or Natalia and Maxine, and then with Io Sky. They're all kind of kissing her ass a little bit.
Why?
For the record, I would kiss her ass too. So I'm just saying.
And
Yeah,
let me say this about
they give-
Natalia
they
real
give you that
quick.
one.
Hold on. Congratulations to Natalia Hart. She is going to be in Vegas with us at the cauliflower alley.
Really?
That's
I
my
didn't know.
girl.
I didn't even know
That
that.
is my girl.
Yeah,
Yep.
you did. You're the one that posted it, Bob.
Short-term memory loss.
Fucking A. Because you
Damn
because you
concussions
too
and
much shit that
CTE.
freaking JT has.
Damn CTE.
Fake wrestling business.
Hey,
All
I'm
right.
trying. I'm hoping Bruce. Hey, I forgot to reach out to him, but I'm hoping to get Bruce to come down too in Vegas. so we can all sit together.
Bruce Hart. Do you know Bruce Hart?
Good old
Bob?
Bruce.
What?
Do you
Talking
know
to
Bruce
me?
Hart? Yeah. do you
No, I mean
Bruce
I know
Hart?
who he
You have
is.
to say what?
I never met him. I never met him before. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that a lot of people will say that about Bruce Hart. We say his name. Who? We never met him before. Who is he?
Well, I know who he is. I just
He
don't care because his
probably-
brother's Brett, and the whole family's
Right.
got to be bitter at this point.
Yeah. Is Bruce Hart as bitter as Bret Hart is, JT?
Is what?
Is Bruce Hart as bitter as
Well, he's
Bret
more
Hart
bitter
is?
because he wasn't successful.
Now honestly, guys, look, I know Bruce, and Bruce is, he's never come across as bitter to me because he never brings stuff up.
That's good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
that's-
he's never brought anything up around me or Bob Johnson or anything. I mean, I'm sure he does to Bob, but
I know Bob
to
Johnson.
me, he's never. Good old Bob, B.O.B. Bob. That's what I call him, B.O.B. Bob.
So if
Yeah.
I bring up Owen Hart, will he be bitter?
Oh, geez.
Will he talk about Owen? No, serious
I don't
question.
like
Like
talking.
well, no, but serious question though, because
Yeah.
I plan on having him on podcast, and obviously you want to bring up Owen.
Well, probably
Hart
not after
because
tonight, but
it's Owen Hart. That's why I'm asking. Is he okay talking about Owen?
Yeah, it's a sore subject for him. Yeah.
Well, because the one thing, and honestly, this is an honest question. Something I've been wondering is, Owen's wife, I think it's Diane, wasn't it?
Martha, I thought.
no.
Martha.
Diane
Martha,
is
yeah.
Martha.
Bulldog.
Diane's married. Yeah.
Yeah. So Martha,
The
she
same.
wrote that book. She wrote the book, and she put a lot of stuff in there. And I've always wondered, what does the Hart family, Owen's brothers, do they agree with her about that, or do they think that she's full of crap like a lot of people do? I mean, that's a question that I've always wondered about when it came to those things.
They probably agree with her in private, but or no, agree with her in public, but disagree in
Right.
private. You know how that goes?
Yeah.
I'd agree with
Because
that.
it's AEW who actually has the Owen Hart, Memorial Cup thing with Martha Hart's blessings. WWE doesn't even touch it, so there has to be bad blood going on between WWE and obviously Martha Hart. So
No. I could tell you. I could tell you what I know from conversations in the past. There are certain agreements that have been made that because Martha didn't want WWE to have any hands to do with WWE and Owen at all after everything. Right. So there's not only legal documents and agreements, but there's also mutual agreements that they won't say nothing about her. They won't give her bad press if she keeps her mouth shut about them. That's pretty much what conversations that I've heard and stuff, and it's a very sore subject for the family.
Yeah, because if you guys don't know, since none of you Ass Clowns watches the podcast unless you're on it, JT here, he actually was one of the guys who actually performed in the very, very first Owen Hart Memorial with the Hart family. So, he is in touch with the Hart family. I know you know Natty Hart. Matter of fact, man, I tell you what, I will give you a raise if you get me an interview with Natty Hart while we're in Vegas. I'll allow you to take Mark's spot up top, and I'll make Mark sit at the bottom.
Not any old spot.
Not any spot.
Yeah.
Not the dog spot.
Yeah.
Not a liver spot.
Here.
Not a liver spot, Mark.
I'm gonna go dig up my strike sign.
I tried to go on strike today with that COVID shit.
Yeah, but I figured if a dying man can make it, I'd better well.
Yeah, you know what, JT? I think you've earned the name. Fuck Mark Calloway. he's not the real fucking Undertaker, the real dead man. You are now on this podcast, JT Undertaker Storm. That's what we're going to call you.
So we get
Bob.
slap with the sister
Bob.
of the deceased.
Hey, Bob, reach
Yeah.
on the right of you and give him an open palm for me, please. Thank you. Old school open palm.
How about just a punch?
Bob, you need to start.
Cease and desist.
Bob, you need to
Hey,
start.
I still got a beautiful punch.
You heard it, Mark?
See,
Yeah, I heard it.
JT,
I
you're
heard
about
it.
to be kicked out of here. You're too new. Bob has the best punch on the show,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Bob, you need to come on. When you come on the podcast on Tuesdays, you need to put a couple of belts that you have.
Belts.
Yeah, your championship belts in the screen where we can see, because old Mitch, who comes on the podcast every now and then, he has a whole fucking wall of championship belts, and that son of a bitch has never wrestled.
Hang on for a second.
All right.
never wrestled.
All right. Well, while Bob's
Hey,
getting
KG,
his
can I
belts,
put my kids' belts on the wall behind me since I'm in their room? Can I just start hanging championship belts?
There's
I
a
mean,
See, this is the belt I really want because it's the ladies' championship for the wrestling company I work with, and smells like the last champion. Oh,
I love it.
so Paige wore it, huh?
Bob Cook,
what?
are you one of,
Bob, we
are you
just
one
need
of
a
these
pink
creepy,
dress on you.
are you one of these creepy guys that you secretly take one of the the women's bottoms that they wrestle in and sniff them, since you're sniffing the belts here?
No,
Oh,
I was
God.
just showing you the belt. That's all.
That's a
Take
beautiful
it for
belt.
however you
actually.
want to see. It is a cool belt. It's cool. It is. It's heavy too, and
Yeah,
it's real
Hey, Kevin.
something. Something I don't know
Hey,
what it's made
Kevin.
of, but
Yeah. What's up, JT?
So here's what I think what Bob really does. I think Bob's probably one of those that when he watches Raw and they accidentally get a close up down there. I think he's the one looking to see if he can get a peek if like there's a little something hanging out or something.
Nope.
Maybe.
no, I
No,
usually don't.
But no,
I usually don't pay
attention.
attention even when I watch Raw.
They are. So, did you guys see the sickos? Well, I think they sickos. I think it's pretty desperate. You have to be a virgin. They were
Right.
posting a crotch shot all over social media where they got a good crotch shot of Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah,
I mean,
that ain't cool.
I'm like-
that ain't cool.
I'm
We
like-
can
Where's
joke
this?
about it,
I
but
need
it
to
ain't
see. Is
cool.
that real? Someone needs to send that to me, and so I can decide whether it's real or not.
You want to talk about
Bob's
say that
doing
you're
research.
a virgin living in mommy. Say you're a virgin in mommy's basement, living in mommy's basement. Without saying you're a virgin living in mommy's basement. I mean, I was like, that's just we joke around a lot. Like, come on, that's just desperate, man.
Yeah.
Wrestling
agree.
fan.
The caption say zoom in.
Yep. Mark, we didn't want your
Oh.
crotch shot. What the fuck?
Mark, we didn't want to see your butt, okay? We did not
So
need
now-
to see that.
So
Mark,
the,
you're gonna call the next match here there? Jesus.
Yeah, I am. Sorry,
Yeah,
I had to let the dogs in. Sorry.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to see your crotch. We didn't want to see your old saggy balls hanging out of your jeans as you walk by. What the fuck?
You must have. You
Them
mentioned it.
COVID balls. We didn't want to see them COVID balls.
All right. So next we go to Becky to the ring, talking to her past accomplishments, and then once Lyra come out and raise her hand appropriately, Lyra starts to come out, and Bailey comes out from behind and just drops Becky like a bad habit.
Thank God Bailey saved that, because I have no interest anymore in Becky Lynch and
Lyra.
Yeah, Lyra. None. Becky Lynch looked great last night. She looked like she's dropped a couple of pounds. She looks like she's been back in the gym.
Don't you mean Bailey?
Yeah, I mean Bailey, yeah. And I loved how angry she sold, how angry she was that she was able to sell.
Well, if I walked around with hair color like that, I'd be pretty pissed off too.
Right?
If I would look like a rodeo clown,
Simple
give
hair.
her a rubber nose and a little makeup left over from Doink the Clown.
Besides
Hey, now.
the purple hair, she came across very believable, and I liked it. I wanted her Bailey off of TV for a while. They did that. Let's hope that she's been repackaged somehow. We won't know until she does more than what she did last night. I hope we're not going to get the same old Bailey that we've been getting in the past. But at least last night she started this off pretty good.
You know what I hope?
No, I can only.
I hope they start. I hope they start off a Raw where Bailey comes down in the ring. She starts this long, boring promo, and then she's interrupted by someone else, and they continue the long, boring promo, and then the promo goes almost 37 minutes, and it sets up for a match later in the show. That's what I'm hoping for.
Damn. Bob,
you just described Raw. Okay, we can
Bob,
pretty much.
Production, dude? Like,
We
I've
can
never
pretty
heard of
much-
that concept
I just have a
before.
sixth sense about wrestling.
We can
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much
okay.
in this podcast now. We've covered all of Raw because that's basically what it was, and that's basically what it is every Monday night.
Lately, yeah. All right, so next, R-Truth comes out and pretty much thanks everybody for the support and whatnot, and pretty much says everybody wants the truth, and it cuts his hair off and explains that he's Ron the Killing Truth.
He should have tried to sell that on eBay. He probably would have made some money.
And shut up,
Probably.
JT, because I called this before you did, you son of a bitch.
What?
I said, oh, dude, no. You know what? I think that little mini.
Wait.
While you're on the phone, fucked your head because I definitely called that the R-Truth was going to interfere in that match. And
Yes, you did. You did.
And I'm calling it right now that we're going to see the truth. Ron Killings is going to be turning heel within the next couple of weeks.
I don't know if hero or heel or anti-hero.
And the fans are going to turn on him in the wrong way in the next week. Because fans, like I've said a million times, are overbearing, obnoxious, pig-faced bastards to the core. They want. Once they get, they don't care no more.
So I want to ask all of you guys this question, and it's two questions at once. So bear with me. So, there's the big controversy whether or not R-Truth was really let go and brought back because of the fans, or R-Truth said that he was really let go, but he could be keeping kayfabe, which isn't.
Well, didn't you think it was convenient that they had a brand new T-shirt already designed and ready to flip to the show right at the night? That night he comes back.
Cook, let me cook for a second. Let me get there. Let me get there, man. So, my question is this. Well, actually, let me make this first statement. We know that regardless, even if R-Truth was truly let go and he was brought back, he wasn't brought back because of the fans. He was brought back because TKO and WWE see money signs all over this because of how the fans were. But this is the question. After this feud with John Cena or whatever's going to happen with the whole John Cena thing, do you guys think that they're going to keep him, or is this going to be it? And the next question is, will the fans turn on the whole Ron Killings thing because they really wanted R-Truth back, the funny guy? What do you guys think? Cook, go ahead, go first.
Of course the fans will turn because that's what they do.
Fickle.
Like I just said, they need. But once they get, they don't care no more.
Fucking fickle. Mark?
It's a tough call. I think his contract's not as long as his previous contracts have been. He'll have a nice run here for the next 3 to 6 weeks, and then he'll filter off into the back, and he'll be used again for comic relief until his contract's up.
JT?
No comment, and you know why.
You're on this podcast. Put your input in.
All right, guys. Without knowing what I know, I'm just looking at it from your point of view. I don't think he was ever let go. I don't think it's a whole thing. They're going to milk it for what they have. But I do know that his contract is not as long as it was extension wise. He was not let go. And I think I think this is a good move. Yes, the fans are going to turn, but if they do this right, I mean, look, like I told you guys in the chat room, I've never been a fan of Cena's. But now this heel turn, I love it. I love the crowds really, really hate him now more than they ever have. And I think if they do turn him heel, he's going to be okay.
And George, real quick before you go, JT, you said that you kind of like seeing how they turn heel. Look, I dislike Cena more so now than I ever have, because it seems to me, and maybe it's part of the gimmick, but it really seems to me that this whole run, his last run, he's just really stopped caring, that he's gotten lazy. He doesn't really care about selling in the ring. I don't know. I don't think that this version of John Cena is up to par to the other versions of John Cena, even the heel version years ago of John Cena. Maybe it's because he's older now. He can't do as much in the ring. I don't know, but he looks like he's just kind of
phoning it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he is. I mean, he's ready. He's ready to get out and enjoy his life. Bob can attest to this.
What?
When you're the cookster, he can attest to this. Okay, look, when guys when they're towards the end of their run and they turn heel like John is, yeah, he is going to slow down in the ring. For one, he's not going to be the super energetic guy anymore. When you're a heel, you're supposed to be slow and methodical. You're not supposed to be this energetic, can't see me guy anymore. That's part of the psychology that people don't know about with the business. And that's what I see is going on. So I see what you're talking about. Looks like he's slower and doesn't care. I think he's just really, I mean, he's got a mind for this business. Believe me, he knows what he's doing. He's definitely not stupid. And I can tell he's playing his character, and he's being slow and methodical. And that's what the slow downness is, in my opinion. Bob, what do you think?
Well, I think he's pathetic. You can slow down, but it doesn't mean you have to make everything like the punches he was throwing in the Money in the Bank the other night. He's in the corner. In the corner, he's just going, ha-da-da, ha-da-da. It's like,
Hey, Rhea Ripley was just as bad this week. When you saw her on the outside with what's her name? Those punches, those were punches. Those were horrible.
Yeah.
I was like, girl. See, like with her, it looks like her head's gotten bigger. Like, honestly, it seems like, who's that?
The people in the back, because even though the wrestlers should take pride in what they do and it should be important to them, obviously it's not.
Right.
So it should be definitely important to the people in the back, like Triple H and whoever the agents are. And if you're one of the agents for their matches and they come back after doing that and you don't say something to them like, hey, it was a good match, except for that shit, they're going to keep doing it. Because obviously they don't care. You have to make them care or take them down a notch or 10 or give them the old R-Truth and fire them. No, seriously, it's the agent's fault.
Yeah, it is. It all falls back on the agent.
So, good segue to go back to R-Truth that you mentioned, Cook. George Paul, what about the things that I mentioned, if you remember? What were your thoughts on it?
No, I got you. I'm with you. No, it's kind of that blurred line, but for people in the business, it's not so blurred. It's probably a work. It is a work, and from the fan standpoint, it's like, oh, I'm so happy he's back. I was like, if they were negotiating the contract as soon as they let him go, he probably wasn't gone yet. And he did say release, end of his contract. So there's no guarantee that he was gone after that. They just figured out a new way to rebrand him. I'm with Bob on the thing of the fans getting him back and wanting him. Like, I personally love seeing him back, but I know there's going to be that group of fans that are like, all right, we got Ron the True Killings, not R-Truth. Now what? And then they're not even going to pay attention to what happens after that. Me personally, I think it's a good way to rebrand him. I think he'll be, better. Hopefully he gets some type of something before And whenever his contract runs out, or if it runs out, hopefully they do him right this time, like they were trying to do when he first got to WWE, when he wasn't a comedy act.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling fans can be fun. I love going to
Really?
wrestling pits, but at the same time, they are fickle as fuck, and wrestling fans are worse than football fans when it comes to how they are. So
We
yeah,
want what we want
I
till we
agree.
get it.
Right, I agree. Mark,
Yeah.
do you think you
But
need
you
Josh
know-
tonight? Call the match.
Oh, well,
Go
next
ahead.
we go to
No, hold on. Cook was talking.
Oh boy. I was just going to say, when you're 53 years old, you should pray to God above. God could be looking down right now and saying, what, your kid's dying of cancer? Let him die. But they should look at God and say, God, please make me a comedy act. I'm 53 years old, for God's sakes. I don't need to work harder. I need to work less.
Right. Work.
It was a bad
smarter.
analogy, but it was. Sorry about the kid who died, but God wasn't paying attention. He was paying attention to R-Truth saying, make me a comedy act, for God's sakes. I don't want to take no bumps. He may look good for 53, but his body's still 53.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
80s.
but when it comes to R-Truth, I think there's an exception with him only because for the past 5-10 years he's hardly been in the ring. So I think that even at his age, his body may not be as banged up as a lot of other wrestlers because of the fact that he's mainly just doing backstage
On
stuff.
TV, do you follow like all the house shows they do all over the country every year, every week, every month, every?
In that same vein, I don't think R-Truth was on the live shows either. Like last time he wrestled a
Well,
match.
now I
on
gotta look it
TV.
up. I'm looking it up.
That's what-
You're
that's what I
all
was talking
wrong. I'm
about.
right.
I
He was on all the
R-Truth.
shows.
Yeah, I was talking about R-Truth.
He wrestled, I think it was Grayson Waller a couple of years ago on NXT, and he did his usual flip out the ring and got hurt. That was a couple of years ago. That wasn't like a long time ago. That was like NXT, like right as Shawn Michaels took over, I think, when they started bringing main roster stars on the show. And he got hurt on one move, and he didn't. I mean, he got up and finished the match, but we didn't see him for months. So
Yeah.
he is getting old, but I mean, he's if it works for him.
Yeah. All right, Mark, let's move on.
All right, so next we go to the Judgment Day, talking about King of the Ring. Finn's kind of upset, but then plays it off. Liv comes out, Roxanne comes out. Liv's not happy with Roxanne at all, and then we pan away. Next we go to Penta versus Sammy versus Braun versus Dom for a King of the Ring tournament. LA Knight comes out, drops Braun like a bad habit. Sammy for the win, which really shocked me.
Yeah,
Oh, God. Is this ever going to end?
right. I'm just tired of Sami Zayn.
Yep.
I've never seen the appeal of Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn is the shit. What's her name? She made her come back tonight. We just talked about her. Bailey. Yeah, Sami Zayn is the men's version of Bailey. Take him off TV. He needs to be off TV for a while.
Wow, man.
Are you saying that Bailey doesn't shave? Is that what you're implying?
Although, you know what? And as I said that, I'm also thinking this, though. He still gets a hell of a pop. People aren't tired. It doesn't seem like the fans are tired of him like they was of Bailey. So I think it maybe is just a me thing. But I am definitely tired of Sami Zayn. I really am.
I've never seen the appeal.
Yeah.
I hear you say it every week, KG. So it might just be you. And I ain't saying I'm a huge Sami Zayn fan, but there's some people out there that are still pulling.
If given a choice between Sami Zayn and Gunther, I'd take Sami Zayn over Gunther any day.
Well, I thought
Are you kidding me? Who said that? Who said that?
That was Bob.
Hold on. I'm going to repeat this from one of the greatest movies ever. Who said that? Who the fuck said that? Who's the twinkle-toed son of a bitch that just signed his own death warrant?
What movie is that?
Yeah, what movie is that?
Shut up, Bob. Come on.
I really thought he was going to say gonorrhea.
I'd rather have
Man.
gonorrhea over Gunther.
Somebody get remarks
If I
in
had
it.
gonorrhea or Gunther, I'd take gonorrhea.
Yeah. See, I
Why do you
disagree
not-
with Bob.
No, they Gunther.
Why do you not like Gunther?
Because he's
Cook, I thought
boring.
if
He's got a
anybody would
boring
like
style.
Gunther, it's
He's got a boring
Ah.
style. He's got a boring look. Everything about him is boring. He makes boring bad. He makes
Bob,
boring
you
look
don't-
bad.
Oh.
I do,
No, hold on,
JT, I do
JT.
see people not
Boring
liking
is filing a
Gunther.
lawsuit against Gunther because it makes it look bad.
Yeah.
Ah.
And
He
hold
even
on,
represents boring badly.
I disagree because Gunther very much reminds me of wrestling back in the day.
Yep.
With his technical style. I like Gunther. And I definitely like him over Sami Zayn. That's for goddamn sure.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gunther is
Mark.
definitely a throwback.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I wish they'd throw him back and he get lost.
but he's so
If he was a
methodical
fish,
in how
if he was a fish, I'd cut his head off and then throw him back. It wouldn't even bother you.
You're killing me, Bob. You're killing me, man.
No.
Right.
that's
Well,
not
here's the
right,
rule.
man.
This is the rule of life. Not everybody likes the same thing. If everybody liked the same thing, everybody would want to bang my grandmother. Well, of course, glad she's dead, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
Hey guys, I don't know you guys well enough to know this. Is he a heel on this show?
no, Bob is Bob.
Bob's
he
our color
supposed to be-
commentary.
Is he supposed to be the opposite of everything we like? He hates.
No,
If
not
we
at
say
all.
we
Actually.
hate it, he likes
No,
it.
because it's very healthy. You got KG who doesn't like Sam. You got Bob that doesn't like Gunther. We all
I
disagree
see
on
things for
something.
how I see it, whether it's warped or not. But I do like Liv Morgan's ass. Well, there you go.
Yes,
We agree on
I will give you that. Hey, she's a hard worker too. Bob, she's a
Bob's our-
hard worker
I
too. You
bet
got to
she
admit
is.
that.
Bob's our color commentary.
Let's ask Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh,
No way.
shoot.
What?
Shut up. Are
Get
you
out of
serious?
here.
Oh, whoa.
You didn't know that?
Hey, where'd that gun go ahead right over there? Here it is. Live on the internet. I'm killing myself.
You didn't know that about Bo Dallas?
I didn't know
Well,
Bo
that was-
Dallas was dating her or did date her.
Yeah, they dated.
Really?
While she was learning about real estate, apparently that came up like a whole.
Yeah. I'm sure he's sharing some real estate issues.
Yeah, what?
All
Yeah,
right.
what was she selling? Anyways,
All right,
Her
yeah,
ass.
let's go back to the show. Next.
It's very
All right.
disappointing.
Next, we go to an AJ Styles interview. Really nothing special or spectacular about that, to be honest. Then they go to a New Day. Why they don't defend their titles and how they justified it. I got a kick out of that, though.
Yeah. It was really short. It was funny. So, yeah, it was fine.
New Day's still entertaining, even if they're not getting it
Right.
done in the ring.
Right. So next we go to an Asuka vignette. Obviously, she's coming back.
Oh,
Why they announce it? I don't
Yeah.
like
another rodeo clown member.
Oh,
I like
Yeah.
surprises.
Oh my God, she's got so much skill and talent.
Rubber nose. Rubber nose.
I
Well, I
didn't
suppose you could-
realize. I did not
Mark's
realize
deflated.
that. I didn't realize that it's been a year since she's been on.
wow.
Yeah, I don't know what injury she had, but she was out.
Seems
So,
like it should have been longer.
Jesus.
If Bob had to watch Sasha Banks or Asuka, he'd pick Sasha Banks.
Oh, damn right.
Oh
I would
God.
too.
Sasha's
Oh
got a
my
much
gosh.
better body.
Oh my God.
Asuka's got a mom bod. Sasha, she's got a body like an athlete. By God.
I'm not an Asuka fan.
You're not an Asuka fan? Really? Okay.
See, I am. I am
too.
with
I
her
think-
past over Japan.
I like that. You're right, JT. I like old school Asuka from back in the day. What they've done with her in WWE,
It's softener.
Yeah, well, it's that, and Asuka's one of the talents that she doesn't need this gimmicky character to to say funny stuff every now and then.
But her whole character's a gimmick.
And that I meant like there's been times that she's supposed to have said a line to make you laugh and stuff. I just she should be the Asuka that is kind of quiet. that's very deadly in the ring. That's what she was in Japan, and that's what they need to do with her here.
But
She was
let me clarify. Just because I don't like a particular character, the way they act, the way they sound, the way they move, Gunther, whoever, doesn't mean I won't give them credit when they have a great match. And all the people I have commented on saying, well, I don't like their character, have had great matches. I'm not like a wrestling fan who can say, I don't like this person, he's crap. Like you don't like Logan Paul, but you can't give him credit for what he does good. That's not the way you look at things. I look at things realistically. I might not like the person, the character,
Right.
blah, blah, but when they do good, they do good. And I'll say they do. Even Kevin Owens, never a Kevin Owens fan, but that guy could bust his ass.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I'm not a fan of a guy that looks like the guy that mows my lawn, but he could bust his ass from the bell ring.
Go ahead, George.
Wouldn't that be the iguana?
oh.
Well, he was
Leave
good.
Mr. Iguana alone, damn it.
He was entertaining.
No,
Well, here's one for you. Here's one for you.
Arriba.
Listen, Gunther, Asuka, Sami Zayn, or Iguana. I'd take Iguana because he entertains me.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Bring back the new generation.
I might have to go back and watch this. I didn't watch it, so.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Guys in there.
No.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Dude,
Right.
that's like one of the best matches on the show. Anyway, I was about to say Asuka was more menacing on NXT.
Right.
And when they
I agree.
Triple H brought her up and Vince was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, say
So
something
was
stupid."
Baron Corbin. Look what happened to that clown.
Well, that was a
Mm.
he didn't hit until it was almost over.
Yeah. Considered one of the safest
That
workers,
guy
though.
was,
Yeah,
that guy was a turd.
he only comes this close to hitting them. Of course, he's safe.
Right. Ow. Ow.
After WrestleMania 34, Asuka was not the same. That's all I was saying. Like she lost to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania.
Oh, that was a great match, though. See, there I go. That was a great match.
No, that was. I mean, I was there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But
that was a great match.
I wasn't happy about the result.
No,
Yep.
nobody was.
Was that the night Ronda showed up? Debut?
Yeah.
Yep.
Best debut ever. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All right. So next we go to Nikki Bella to the ring. She's giving her flowers to everybody, whatnot, except for Liv. Liv comes out and she's irate. And Liv gave probably one of the best promos I've seen in a long time.
That's
Speaking of
exactly
flowers,
what I was
Kurt,
about
where
to
do we?
say.
Speaking of flowers, Kurt, where do we send them?
Send them a Landry. Send them to Landry.
Come on, that joke wrote itself. It's a poor taste.
Hold on. No, hey, Bob. Hey, Bob, everybody forward them to Landry so he can give them to his wife to make up for all the time he's not with her because he's too busy with us.
Right, doing this stuff.
Don't feel bad for her. She enjoys me being away from her.
No, I'm sure she.
I'm sure she does.
Yep.
So
But
do we in between podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Mark, I agree. This was one of the best promos I've heard from her in a very long time.
Very, very long time. Very long
I think
time.
it went off script too a little bit.
I don't know. I didn't read the script, so
It got kind of personal, I thought, but
We have
Those are the
scripts.
best kind.
It wasn't as off script as Charlotte and Tiffany. I don't think so.
no, it
I
wasn't as good as that, but it was still pretty
If
good.
it was off script, Liv would have mentioned John Cena. You know that wasn't happening.
No, she
Hey,
would have
Bob, what
mentioned
happened
that
to
Nikki was busted up with domestic abuse too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Bob, what happened to the days where we didn't have scripts? We had bullet points.
Yeah, those are long gone.
Right?
They got to justify the writer's paycheck.
Yeah, that's true.
Although nowadays you
True,
don't need.
true.
Again, we talked about it. You don't need writers nowadays. You just use AI.
AI.
It's wonderful.
AI, there you go.
The only time I've ever sounded intelligent when I had AI write it for me.
Well, so there's hope for me yet.
Right.
no.
I can even come
no.
up with big
That's
words
fine.
when AI does the work.
No.
There's no hope for you, Mark.
Let's not get carried away.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob. Thanks for the hint there, Bob. Because next time I have one of my rants on Facebook, maybe I'll make it AI generated this time.
Oh, I do it. I'm not kidding. I do it all the time. Just don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, and the next
Hey,
time you have a
babe.
rant, and the next time you have a rant on Facebook, JD, for before you put a camera in that face, for the love of fucking God, do something with your hair or something because we're distracted.
And put a shirt on. And put a shirt on.
Yeah, that too. That too.
No, hey guys, I want to even for the fans out there that do follow me at all. Look, I've made a promise to myself. I've got a new lease of life now. After that rant, it was the best thing that happened to me. There was no more drama, no nothing of my personal life being put on. I'm strictly back to focusing on strictly helping the new generation as best as I can with my partners, and that's that.
Well, I thought your
Don't
next
worry.
goal was just trying to keep breathing.
Hold on,
You see,
where's my inhaler?
you see, Mark, when
Those
we
are
say
long
that,
term goals. He ain't got that
when
much long time.
when we say that, it's funny. When you say it, you just sound like an asshole, man.
Nah,
Where? Hey, Mark, where's my oxygen? I need it.
Jesus.
Take a hit for me, brother. Take a hit for me.
I got you, brother.
See,
All right, Mark.
Kirk can take a joke. All you guys are sticking mud.
No, you're the one that's been crying. Oh, why do I gotta be the butt of the jokes? Let me, take my button and go somewhere else. I don't want to be on this podcast.
Look, man, I've had 3 other podcasts contact me and ask me to step in.
Oh man.
Oh man, I
Wait,
think he's
wait,
trying to get more money. He
I couldn't
wants
even
more
say that with a
money.
straight face.
wait.
He wants more money.
Yeah, go with their offering.
Did you just
Kevin,
say
he
that
wants
you had
more
other-
money.
Hold on, JT. Did you just say you had other podcasts ask you if you would step in?
No,
Yes.
he said that.
Well, go ahead, man. You're
Yeah,
replaceable.
Mark. What do you,
I think Mark's trying to get more money from you. That's what it is.
Oh,
hey, Mark, don't
Mark,
forget I was the original supposed to be co-host.
yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
We're bringing you
Mark.
to
Hey,
Cool
Mark.
Rapids, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. Look. I, as a new member of this team, I am begging you. Okay, I will send Kevin more money so that this time instead of you getting paid with a handshake, you actually get a hot dog this time.
Fair enough.
I ain't giving no fucking hot dog. You crazy?
With ketchup?
At least give him a bun. Come on.
Look,
Damn,
I
not even a
feed
bun.
I feed this
Shit.
motherfucker once a month and pay for the goddamn pay-per-views. Matter of fact, let me tell you what this dipshit did. He came
Uh-oh.
over to my house. We were
Time out
watching
on the podcast.
a $50 fucking pay-per-view that of course I pay for and cook. He shows up with flowers for the wife. And I'm like, motherfucker, instead of giving my wife flowers, what about you pay half of the fucking pay-per-view? It's the flowers cost at least $20.
It was
You
for
know-
Mother's Day. I brought you a 12-pack of Diet Coke.
It's been $25
Pay for the
if I
podcast.
gave it to you for the
Glad you're not
pay-per-view.
coming here because Diet Coke would be unacceptable.
I know, I'd buy you a beer.
Mm,
Yes.
fucking
All right, so
Mountain
we wrap
Dew.
up with Gunther
Mountain
versus Jey Uso, which I thought was a real
Oh,
decent
God.
match, to be honest, but went a little bit longer than I anticipated.
yeah, it was a fine match. I was actually a little surprised that Gunther won. I especially after they put on the screen that Uso has held the title for what was it, 52 days or something like that?
51 days as of
Yeah,
the
51
yeah.
days. And then they take it
Ooh.
off of him. And I'm like, were they just trying to insult this son of a bitch by saying 51 days? Ha ha, fuck you. Now you're dropping it. Don't get it. What's the
Nope,
point
you're
of
reading
having
too
the
much
title?
into it
I probably am, but
because you wanted it WrestleMania, so they're just trying to emphasize the length
Yeah.
of time you had it.
They got to keep
The
with
only
that
one,
Gunther at
the only one that'll
80%.
cry about it is his father. I can't believe they're disrespecting my son. Fat bastard.
Right.
that's the first thing I thought. First thing I thought was Rikishi's gonna be all over social media.
Yep. And it can't be any worse than the whole decibel thing on how loud the crowd is when people come out. I can't stand that neither.
Throw him a box of donuts, you'll be fine.
Ugh.
I mean, I'll be honest.
would.
Appearance, Gunther looks better with the belt than Uso. That's my opinion.
Yes.
I hope
Yep.
it's better.
Well, he does dress better. Like he's usually dressed a little better.
It's
Yeah.
more realistic.
Doesn't have the grills.
I'd
But
love to
Gunther
see
doesn't
that.
have that street cred.
Hey, I don't know. One of his pictures on social media, he was wearing a basketball jersey, so he could definitely dress like that.
Well,
But you know what Jay Uso can do for the rest of his life that none of us can do, and 97% of the rest of the wrestling world can do? They can
Retire.
say, or he can say that he was a champion
Yeah.
even for 51
Yep.
days.
Yep.
Like Tommy
Yep.
Rich. Tommy Rich was the NWA champion for a week. He can claim that. Very few
3
people
days.
can.
3 days.
Whatever.
Yeah, he's in the book.
So
You know, it's
this
funny
is-
He's in
because
the book.
There's a book? There's a book?
This is
You mean
it's funny
Wikipedia?
because
Let me see.
they were
This is my
trying
question.
to erase Wildfire's championship because it was only 3 days. Now you got guys bragging they were 5 minutes.
Well, who was trying to erase it?
I don't know. I remember back in the day they were trying to just take it off the books.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Here's my question for you guys. What do you guys think is next for Uso? Do you foresee them leaving him a singles guy, or are we about to have a reunited Usos tag team?
It'd help his brother out, that's for sure.
You mean so he'd have to work more and actually not be able to relax? I'd rather just not be worked out. Still
Right?
getting paid.
Good
What do you want
point.
my brother and I to team up again? So I got to work more? Well, I like it the way it is.
Well, he is
I
part
think
of that. He is part of that family that has a lifelong check. That's for sure.
More
as I say, I
power to
think it is
him.
It could be a
Yeah.
Usos reunion, or it could lead to him chasing Gunther, or finally going after the Intercontinental title again. I mean, I don't know at this point. It really doesn't matter. He's still one of the most over, so to speak, on the
Right.
show because of merch sales. So he could
Right,
laugh
right.
all the way to the bank and never win again.
Right.
Yeah.
He'd still be cashing a check.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think with Gunther's win though, it's. I feel like they're about to shift stuff between Raw and SmackDown again. I know that hasn't really mattered lately, but like
Right.
it just seems like they may be putting Gunther on SmackDown. I just get that feeling, even if they don't do it, but just to have John
Yeah.
Cena full time on Raw until he leaves.
Yep. Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, and that is basically the review for Monday Night Raw. Guys, tomorrow night I am going to have Kenny Casanova on. And for those who don't know who Kenny Casanova is, he is an author. He actually helped write Sabu's book. So he's going to be on tomorrow.
You mean the one that Rob Van Dam says is full of mistakes? Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll talk about that actually.
Go ahead.
Thursday, this one I'm really excited about. Darla Staggs is going to be on Thursday. And then on Friday, the American Giant. That one's going to be fun as well. He is
Weird.
a character.
All these people I know. Very
I
odd.
know.
Right.
By the
Almost
way,
like
the
you had a
American
hand in
Giants, if the American Giants watching just because his ego's got to be filled that you mentioned on the show tonight, he's a stiff son of a bitch. Tell you that right now.
I'm going to ask him about that. I'm going to say
Trained by
Bob
Malenko.
Houston-
He must have missed the day where Malenko said, "Hey, it's all a work."
we must all owe him money.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I can't imagine a guy that big, man, being stiff. That has to hurt.
I was
That
just
has to
joking.
hurt.
No, he's a stiff bastard, but he's a nice guy. I've known him forever, like 30
Oh,
years.
he's super
Great guy. He's a great guy.
He is.
Had a big heart.
I had so much fun with him whenever we were in St. Louis. Every time he'd see me walking down the hall, he'd yell out loud, "Landry, I'm going to choke slam you through the table." So, yep, great guy. He was fun. What's tonight? Tuesday, guys. Join us on.
Strange thing is, though, he's from Yugoslavia. That's the part that gets me.
Is he? I thought he was from.
No,
Boston.
I was just throwing that in there just to make it kind of iffy that he was actually an American Giant. Kayfabe.
Yeah. My wife thought that he was from somewhere outside of the United States because of his accent, and that's just Boston for you. Those fuckers have big ass accent. But yeah, we'll be back on Thursday to do the review of Dynamite.
4 hours.
Do I have
The
to
old
watch
remote
it?
controls. The old remote control says otherwise.
Well,
Do I have
technically,
to watch it?
we technically only covered Dynamite. You know, the other 2 hours is Collision, but unfortunately, they kind of run them into one another.
Is Megan
Oh,
Bain on
hold
one of
on.
them?
So
I'll watch.
Probably.
Maybe.
Penelope
Better be.
Ford and Megan Bain, I'll watch if they're there.
I just
The whole
I
6
don't
minutes.
The whole 6 minutes.
I
Double
don't
dutch.
understand. I don't know how they think that they're going to be able to draw better ratings by having both Dynamite and Collision back to back.
I don't know. They're cutting production costs.
Are they though? Because they
Well, they've been
always
doing that a lot anyways. They've
right.
been doing that a
Yeah,
lot.
they
They just
pre-tape-
air them different times.
right.
Speaking of which,
right.
did HBO Max cut ties with them or WB? I read somewhere
No.
today that they did, but I didn't read the whole article.
I don't think so because
Well,
I
maybe
just
that's the problem. You didn't read the whole article.
I was about to say that. Mark, why didn't you read the whole article?
I don't know. I was on break.
And you know what? Whenever you sent me that text asking me if Max cut ties with AW, I thought you were talking about Max Caster, you son of a bitch. I'm like, I don't think so. I just seen him wrestle.
He just wrestled Wednesday.
Right. That's what I'm like. What are you talking about, Mark?
Next time I'll put HBO Max.
God damn.
Yeah.
See what I deal with?
That's what they call it now, isn't it? They're going
No,
back
they call
to
it the
that name.
Max.
They're going back to
to
HBO
call it
Max.
HBO, yeah.
Oh, are they?
They
Oh,
have-
well.
Yeah, they are.
Yep, they are. But anyway,
So yeah,
guys,
Max dropped them. Now it's HBO Max. So it's all the
Okay.
same.
Fair enough.
that wraps up this Out of Control podcast. We'll be
Speaking
back
of which,
again.
the Righteous Gemstones with the perfect ending. I had to throw that in there.
Yes, it was.
I haven't finished watching it, so be quiet.
Oh, geez. Well, they all died. They beat Kurt to it.
hey, and don't forget, I'm an amputee, so I've got one leg in the grave already.
He got a head start.
Oh,
Excellent.
that was a terrible
So
joke.
hold on, are we taking dibs on what body part goes next, or what?
Yes.
Do they? Hey, do
You
they
can
charge?
get, you can
Do they charge the
make
same
your
for
bet.
Do they
Yes.
charge the same for
I get a-
cremation?
I get a third off.
I was going to say,
Let me start to
if
draft.
it's
And
not
if
called
you wanna
body,
take-
you got to get a discount.
And if you want to take a bet on what part is next, go to DraftKings.com, put in JT's formula, you'll see the betting odds. promo code JT.
You gotta
All right,
respect
guys,
a guy
that
that can
wraps
talk
up.
like this.
That wraps up this podcast. We'll be back Thursday again for the review of Dynamite. It'll be myself, Mark, and if JT is still alive, he'll be with us as well. Please subscribe to our podcast. You all.
Well, I know I won't be alive because after this episode, I'm killing myself.
We'll just call you Test.